Hey everybody, it's Brad with the Big Family Homestead here today. And I wanted to talk a little bit about the realities of how a homestead can move forward and have a positive path that a firm foundation that you can build on. And it's not generally the way that most people think of it. But before we do, I want to actually say thank you. Apparently Puzzle says thank you too. So yeah, no, for your support. There's a lot of you guys out there who I know you're rooting for us and you see the struggle that we're going through. I mean, my background is technology and being in Christian rock bands. I have owned video production facilities, and now we're learning how to do stuff. So when you see Brad out there trying real hard and then breaking something, it's not because I want to. It's not because we're trying to do something fantastical for the YouTube channel. It's honestly because I'm learning. I just don't know. And I'm willing to go ahead on this journey and allow you to see our mistakes as well as our successes because I think it's important. If you just watch something that's completely whitewashed and, oh, they know everything, well, that's not really being fully true. And I don't want to be disingenuous. So anyway, I wanted to say thank you to those, you folks who are out there rooting for us and supporting us by watching the videos. And this is not a Patreon pitch, so don't get all wiggy about that because, we're grateful for those who do, but it's not, we don't try to come out there and say, you must do this, because we just don't. I don't think that's a good use of time. But here's the scoop. How do we get ahead? Because we're not gazillionaires. We're not millionaires. We don't have a bunch of stuff. That probably the nicest thing we own is that brand new tractor that, trust me, has a hefty mortgage payment. Hefty. It's worth more than anything else we have, but it's necessary for us. Now, how do we get ahead? As a homesteader who doesn't have a gazillion dollars, the future is mapped out in small victories. Small victories. Making sure that your chickens are healthy and they make chicks and that you can continue to grow your flock. Making sure that you're tending your garden in a way that is going to produce high yields to provide for your family and maybe even sell, trade, barter some for the neighbors who don't necessarily have everything. That's a big victory. Another big victory is in your animals. And our cow, well, that one right there is Dottie. That other one's not a cow, for those of you who might not be on a farm. That one's a donkey. Puzzle. But our cow Honey, who's outside right now, she was scheduled, or dates, time, we calculated it all out, and she should have had a calf yesterday. So we're watching, we're waiting, we're anticipating the calf to be born at any time, if any minute. But my point is that little victories come. And when we got Honey, she was already bred, and that's a huge plus. So for us, a path moving forward is a win that cow is going to, Honey will have a calf. And not only that, but there's a big difference between whether the calf is going to be male or female, because there's a big difference in the money or what you're going to do for your family. What do you mean, Brad? For those of you who might not know, we live in Dairyland, and Dairyland puts a much higher priority on calves that are female because they are heifers. They're going to be a cow that will be able to give milk. The boys, not so much. They will become food generally, or sometimes, very rarely, they'll keep a nice one, a really, really nice one, for just a short amount of time so that they can breed and be the bull. But generally, those calves, the boy calves, are not worth as much. And I hate to even talk about it like that because they're all valuable to us. We love our animals. But there is a difference between a pet and an animal that you love, but is ultimately part of the farm. And for us, we love all of our animals. We care for all of our animals. And we take care of them, we protect them, we make sure they're, medically okay. We do everything to make sure that they're in a symbiotic relationship with us. We provide for them, they provide for us. It works out for everybody. But whether that calf of honeys is going to be a female or a male, it could be a small victory, which is great because ultimately we'll care for that calf, that male calf, and it will ultimately end up feeding my kids and me and Christa, which is great. And we will care for it and do all the things you're supposed to do. And then at one point, it will provide for us. But if it's a female, that's a bigger victory. And so for the homestead, people that don't have a gazillion dollars, we have to really measure these things out and be very methodical about what you invest in and what you don't invest in, and how you have to weigh out, okay, I'm going to have to take care of this animal. I'm going to have to provide for this animal. What does that actually mean? Instead of, I'm just going to rush out there and get this, and this, and then you're not able to take care of them. Because if you can't, then that's not going to be good. It's not going to be good for the animal, which it's abuse. And if you can't, you're also going to be financially worse off than if you never did anything in the first place, because you will have lost out on your investment. And so you really need to weigh these things out. But it's, for us, it's far more than just a financial thing of moving ahead. It's teaching the kids. This is what life is like. It's also providing for us and for the family. And there's an emotional component to it as well. And, here, just listen to Christa. She knows what's what.
Ah, and my lovely bride, you actually are the hands-on girl when it comes to milking the cows. Mm-hmm. You just have always done that. You've actually never let me involved in it, and it's always been your thing. And I'm not mad or bitter or anything like that.
No, I love doing it. From when I was in high school, I wanted to be a veterinarian. And so working with animals is what I love to do. So.
That is funny. I actually never really thought or put two and two together on that. So yes, you get to be the hands-on vet for the family.
Right.
But the question I have is it frustrating to you that we don't make a bazillion dollars, and we're not a rich family in any stretch of the imagination.
No, not at all.
So we have to plan our steps out. And the last time we had a calf go down, it was devastating for you.
It really was, because I wasn't here.
I don't mean to make you cry, Mama.
Gonna mess up my eye makeup.
You look good today. You look good every day. But
not really, but that's okay.
No, but the thing is that when we make our plans, ultimately it's in God's hands.
It is. But we.
I'm sorry, honey. Here, I'll look at the biology book for a second, because it's homeschool city.
Yeah.
Hope your eye makeup doesn't. Well, she's not wearing any eye makeup. So
we try to do our best to take care of
every animal.
Yeah.
But
the two-legged ones as well. So.
Why are you giving me the eye? She's giving me the stink
You're
eye.
a two-legged animal.
Yeah. What I did not mean to try to poke an emotional button, but what I was asking, or was gonna ask, I guess, is it's particularly rough when we spend all this time and effort and emotion, and things don't go the way that we want them to go.
Right.
It's not like we can just wave a wand and all of a sudden poof.
Yeah, and you can't just write a check to replace that said animal. You have to save for that. It's we plan out our animals to help benefit the family, whether it's going to be for reproduction or food for our family.
Which is money and sustaining for the family.
Exactly. And life for Grace. I mean, Grace, our daughter, she eats through G-tube, so I make her food with that fresh milk that we get from our cow. And if we didn't have that cow, she would have to go back to Pediasure and garbage,
and she got sick,
and she would continually get sick. So I want her to thrive, not just live, you know.
So for us, I would say, and maybe, well, you can add your 2 cents, that planning for the future is not just a financial thing at all. As a matter of fact, it's secondary.
That's totally
or
secondary.
third or fourth.
Right. It's not for financial, it's for survival. You know, it's what is this particular cow, if this calf is this,
Or chickens.
or chickens, or pigs, or
Garden.
definitely. I mean, that's all of that stuff is in play all the time, and is on our minds all the time.
So,
And I thought of it. I've got a great idea.
yes, ma'am.
For the barn.
What'd you
We'll
think
talk
of?
about that later.
Oh, not on camera?
No.
Well, I guess you guys get to wait because this is news to me.
Well, that's why I don't want to do it on camera. I don't want to throw you under the bus.
Okay, well then, I guess that means the video is over. I'm Brad.
Over. I'm Krista.
You guys have an amazing and blessed day.